Combos. I'm LaDonna Lockard. I'm here today with Dylan Latour. Dylan, you are with Inkpress Digital. You're not just with them, you are the founder, you are the ghostwriter for Inkpress. Thank you for being here today. So lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Of course, of course. I reached out to you via LinkedIn and invited you onto Max Combos because I've been watching so many of your posts. You provide such incredible insight on what people should be doing, how they should be structuring their content. You're doing this, I feel like, as this incredible service, this value add that anyone can watch. How is it? Why are you giving away your secrets, my friend? Like, you are so good at what you do and you're just putting it out there for the world.
That's very sweet of you to say. Thank you. Well, I'm a big believer in personal brands and the need for a digital footprint and a digital presence nowadays. And I feel, coming from the mortgage industry, I definitely felt like we were lacking in that area. And so I wanted to, number one, empower myself to start creating high quality mortgage focused content, as well as help other people do that as well.
That's really lovely. I know, and you just touched on this actually, coming from the mortgage industry. Go ahead, give me a little bit of your background if you would.
Yeah, so I started in the mortgage industry in 2019, so not that long ago. I joined just in time for the big crazy boom, and then subsequent bust over the last couple of years. So it's been a hectic ride, but I was I worked for a lender. I was on the operations team, and then after that, I left to go work for a mortgage-backed due diligence firm, and I did that for a couple of years. So I spent about 5 years in the industry before I left to, well, not left, but changed tact to start my own business, still in the mortgage industry, to set up as a ghostwriter and help people achieve their goals business-wise.
That's really fantastic. So, are you primarily working with MLOs? Do you work with companies? Who's kind of your target demographic?
Yeah, so it really varies. Primarily for the social ghostwriting on LinkedIn, the majority of my customers are B2B mortgage space individuals. So people selling anything from software to coaching, consulting, that sort of thing, right? So anywhere in which you are effectively going to be selling to lenders or LOs, that sort of thing. However, there is an element, a vertical of my business that is also focused on direct to consumer. So creating lead magnets, creating newsletters, that sort of thing. And that's more for the loan officers in the space that are wanting to nurture their clients directly.
Being that right now is a little bit more of a challenging time for a lot of LOs. And again, I think 2025 opens up some very real possibilities. But what would you say to LOs in just starting out their content creation journey? What advice would you have for them?
Yeah, well, so I think that there's going to be, I think now is kind of the perfect time to get started from the perspective of over the next couple of years. I think there's a lot of change coming. And if you can start building your personal brand now and start creating that digital footprint and occupying space online, I think that'll really set you up to weather the changes that are on the horizon from the perspective of being on the cutting edge. And as things get disrupted, AI is coming on board. A lot of things are going to be changing. And if you have an audience and you have effectively that allows you to have a strong safety net and build relationships at scale so that you're not so dependent on the whims of the market.
That is fantastic advice. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for being here. I know we're about to hop over. We're going to go do a Take It to the Max so that we can do a bit more of a deep dive, get a little more granular into that content creation process. But thank you for being here. I hope that people are able to find you, that they connect with you, because you really do provide so much value just for following you. So thank you again for being here. For Max Campus, I'm LaDonna Lockard.